I never thought there would be a situation that when you're going into a meeting with them, having a discussion, and there is a follow-on, there will be a reverse follow-up coming in, right? That's a pleasant change, I would say, right? It's no more the government which we have heard of while growing up, right? It is great meeting some of the young politicians today. And more importantly, I would say, when you are, and I was in that room, and I come from the tech background, and obviously when I was there, I was talking technology, and I'll come back to your question as well. But they are so well aware of the subject itself, right? If everybody on the promenade or at Davos is dominated by AI, each one of them, despite they are politicians, but they are so well updated on what is happening. And unlike us, where each one of us might be coming from our different core businesses and industries, and we champion our subject, they sitting on that side can actually talk with either one of us with equal level of flair. So that's very interesting, and that is obviously, that puts them on the position they are. I believe in India, and with my experience of this generation of politician, they are not crowd pullers alone. So it's not that they will go on the dais and you have 20,000 people. I think they can have very serious business conversation. And yes, to come back to your answer, how do you navigate? For somebody like us, and I think that applies to every industry individually, like for us, there was a very serious conversation around renewable energy. So we are into data centers, right? We have 14 data centers running in the country. We have a couple of more coming up. And all our facilities, and we are coming up with 20 tier 2 AI hubs now as part of our roadmap. These are power hungry facilities. The moment you put AI workloads, you're talking about power, and you're talking about power, you have to talk about renewable energy, alternate power. Now that is the conversation which happened in each of those 6 meetings, that which state can help us, to achieve that. And that is one of the points of navigation, I would say, for each business or corporate leader going into the meeting, that with respect to their business, what is their expectation from the government? They have to put it across very clearly. Arijit, let me give you a relative analogy on this. Go back to the late 80s, early 90s, when the computers started coming in, and there was a buzz that this is going to take away jobs, the old world jobs, right? This is the new technology which has come in. We know eventually what happened with computers, the amount of jobs it created. The whole cloud story in the technology space started in 2010, at least that's when the whole cloud buzz started. But when the cloud adoption happened, actually, the adoption only happened when COVID kicked in, the true adoption. Amazon came and started the consumerization of cloud in 2017, right? What is happening with every new technology coming in, that the adoption timeline and the adoption scale is reducing continuously. Now, coming to AI, if computer took almost 10 to 12 years. Cloud took about 7 to 8 years to accelerate. AI is not going to take more than 3 to 4 years. If we have started talking AI, say a year back from now, you will see a lot of acceleration on AI in the actual use cases in the next 2 years of time. Now, why that is going to take minimum that amount of time? Because very interestingly, you brought up a point of data. There is no good data available today, which is required for AI to operate, right? As you rightly made that point, AI feeds on data. And the way today businesses or corporates restore data or process data, that is not in that organized way, the way an AI model requires it to be consumed. So first of all, there is a lot of consciousness being built into organizations and government both. Even government is supporting around that, of bringing the whole data together. The whole India stack is nothing but sitting on the data. You have been able to build the India stack because there is the data repository available.
But there's a lot of data, but Nobody is talking about data also from an ROI point of view. It seems elusive. It's almost like e-commerce and growing through discounts. I mean, if you ask about ROIs to anyone who's into AI, they're like, it's evolving. So how long can it evolve?
Let me tell you something, and it is very important, that the kind of IT policies which you have globally today, or in India as well, one would have never thought about these 20 years back, right? Come to the AI age. I don't think anybody can stand today and say, this is how the AI world policies will defined and will have to be defined, right? We will learn as we go along the way. We still don't know what kind of policies will be required to be executed. I was reading a report 3 days back which spoke about what are the biggest threat areas, right, when the AI is going to come in from a cyber security point of view. And let me tell you, finance and fintech was not as part of the list. Where we are most worried about the cybersecurity threat in the financial domain, right? It was not part of that list. It was talking about biohacking, your profile hacking. It was talking about water contamination hacking, right? The basic infrastructure. It was talking about telecommunication infrastructure hacking. Now, these are some very serious things on the negative side of the AI, where it has the capability to crumble the whole ecosystem of a country, right? So there is a lot which has to be evolved, which has to be come on the way. And I can tell you, with my knowledge of technology and my experience of interacting with people, there is still to be learned a lot about it. People are on ground zero as far as AI and associated AI policies are concerned.